welcome to the Crafty Diamond. I am Debbie. Today I am doing a WIP N Chat. I am going to be working on Josephine Wall's Titania and Oberon, and this is from Diamond Art Club. It is a 70 by 98 centimeters. And if you're not familiar with WIP N Chat, this is actually, it's called Work in Progress. And this is where I will work on this particular canvas and we'll talk for a while and just let you know what is going on here and some diamond art updates. And then you can also grab something to work on, or you can simply listen. It is Friday here, so hopefully you are already off to a good start to your weekend and you are able to catch up on some crafts as well. I'll be posting this on Saturday, so I will already have started my weekend by then. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started with this. I've gotten quite a bit done. I'm still behind on where I want to be on this one, and this was actually for 3 events. One event will continue, and that is the Josephine Wall event. That one will continue until the end of June, and the other 2 will end the end of March. I will clearly not have this one finished, but that's okay. I wasn't expecting to have it finished anyway. But I will update my progress on Instagram. So if you are not on my Instagram, please click on that link and go to my Instagram and you can follow along on some of the updates. I'm hoping to have more of an update by the end of the weekend on this one. Let's see, I am using, and this doesn't exactly match with this particular canvas, but I just love this pen. It's one of my go-tos. But this pen that I am using is actually from BFF Diamond pens, and that's what it looks like. It's really cute. It says it's a crime scene, so it's like a do not cross here. It's a crime scene. I don't know if you can see that's in the middle there, but it is a really pretty pen. It is definitely one of my favorites, and there's the do not cross there. And then I also have a cover minder by Shoppe. This one's a crab, so it definitely, works for this event, not necessarily for this canvas, but for this event. I am using a tray by Nicole, Della Art Nicole, and then I am also using some, if you can see that, I'm using some of the jars I've gotten from Amazon. That's what that looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the up arrow. Actually, the down arrow. Let's go with that. I haven't used a lot of pink in this one, so I want to go ahead and get started with some pinks and see what they look like. For my single placer, I am actually using just mini glue dots. I have found that those work best for me. And then I am also, for a multi-placer, I am using Randa's putty. And I really do like this putty for a multi-placer. I haven't tried this putty yet for a single placer. I'm sure that it would work fine. But I can get so much use out of my mini glue dots. They last a very long time. So I don't have to keep changing wax. That makes it very nice. So how's everyone doing today? It's been a week since I did my last WIP N Chat. And on that one, I discussed I was going to be going out of town on a short trip, and I had such a good time. My friend and I had a really good time. My husband stayed home and kept the fur babies, and then my youngest daughter stayed home as well. She didn't want to go with us, but she could have, but she just preferred to stay home. But we actually rented a cabin, and it was a beautiful weekend. We had one day that the weather was kind of yucky, but we stayed in, we crafted, we made a bunch of cards for our church group, as well as made some cards for soldiers, and I will get those mailed out probably sometime next week, and then they will get shipped to Michigan, and then from there is a group that goes through and they separates all the cards, and then they will mail those to soldiers that are international. They can always use a pick-me-up, and mainly the cards that I send are ones that soldiers can actually send to their family and friends, because they have a hard time finding cards to send back home from where they're stationed. And so that is really nice that they're able to just pick up a card. The inside is left blank, so they're able to actually write whatever they want to inside. The outside will have some kind of greeting or sentiment. And so that's always really fun to do, something different. I did take a small diamond painting with me, and I did not get a chance to do it. We wanted to make sure that we get these cards done. And so that was the weekend for cards, and that's what we do together, because my best friend doesn't diamond paint. And so I wanted to do something, with her. And so I decided I've been diamond painting, at home for quite a bit. I can spare. I'm not starting on something new because I wasn't going to take this one. It's just way too large to have to take. Wouldn't have a place to work on it. So now that I'm settled back home, I came back, started working a little bit on this one, but I did not get a chance to diamond paint very much this week. There's just been a lot going on. I just wasn't able to diamond paint more than a couple of hours a day. I'm not sure how much diamond painting that I will actually get done this weekend either, just because we have so much to do. We're still looking for a car for my oldest, since hers was totaled back in June. We've been looking for a very long time. And we're going to look again this weekend. We are going further out to look at some lots and just to see what we can find. There's not really a lot out there unless you want to pay almost as much as you would for a new car. And I don't want to do that because I want to pay cash for this car, and then I want to give it to her and it will be hers. So it's just one of those things that we just have to figure out, what we're going to do. May have to end up going and just buying me a new car and giving her mine. That's not ideal either, but we've got to do something pretty soon, especially with the gas prices the way they are. My husband's driving his truck, and it is a gas guzzler, and it's very expensive to fill the car, and then it also he'll have to go and fill up again every 3 to 4 days, because he drives 42 miles one way to work. So definitely not ideal situation right now for us in the car situation. But we hopefully will find something within the next couple of weeks, if not this weekend. We really are stuck doing things around the house on the weekends until we get this settled. That's just really weighing on our minds, trying to get her a car. We want something that's, really good for her, that's safe for transportation, but we are just not going to get her a new car. I'm not going to pay a car payment. I haven't had to pay a car payment in a long time, and I really am just not wanting to have that car payment, but I may have to end up doing that. It's just crazy now trying to really find anything. I think our stores here are still crazy. There's a lot of things that we just cannot find, or we have to wait. And once the shelves are stocked, people just rush to get there for specific items that they may not always have. So we're trying to stay stocked up as well. And we're starting to get into our rainy season here in the South. We have bad weather quite often, especially in the spring, where we'll have tornado warnings. And I'm from Arkansas, and I've been through tornadoes, and it's very scary. And to this day, I'm still nervous when I hear the tornado alarms going off, because of the way that I grew up. You would think I would be used to it, but definitely not. It was just really scary. I've seen the destruction of what tornadoes can do, and it is just really terrifying. So hopefully we won't have as bad of a year, but we're already starting off kind of strange because it should be a little bit warmer than what it is now. And the weather just keeps fluctuating. One day it's in the 70s and then it dives back down as if we're in the winter. This weekend it's supposed to get down to the 40s. And usually in March we have at least, 65-degree weather for a short time. And then once it hits May, though, it starts to get really hot. So you just can't really be satisfied here. It's kind of hard. I should be multi-placing these. I am single placing. I'm a little further away than what I'm normally used to, but it's easier that way. I can see that this is going to be on camera. You can see what I'm doing. And I don't want my head to be right in the middle of a shot. That wouldn't be very cool. Our spring break is coming up in a week. So I'm trying to get everything done as much as possible this weekend and next week, so I can have some downtime. I'm not going to take off for spring break, but students have the entire week off, so I won't have any students to contact me, and I won't have anything that has to be graded that is due, so that will definitely be a plus. I'm going to start working on my summer classes, so that will save me some time before summer classes start, which is in early part of June. It's kind of hard to believe it's almost summer semester at school. And then I'll have to start gearing up for the fall, and that's going to be interesting because I have a new class that I am going to start working on. And a lot of the material is not going to be available for us until the end of July. So that's going to be pushing it for an August start. So I may have to start on my own and then start working using the book once I finally get all of our material in. So we'll see. For some reason, I'm spilling drills today. I don't know what I'm doing. So what is everybody else working on? Are you doing any events right now? Are you getting ready for events? It looks like there's going to be quite a few fun events over the summer, and I can't decide what I want to do. I don't know if I want to just be in as many events as possible as long as I have a canvas already. I don't want to purchase a canvas for an event, but if I have something, I might do it. Or if I just want to work on what's in my stash that I've already started on, or I've already opened and unboxed, in order to get some of those knocked out of the way. So I'm really undecided. There is one that's going to be Harry Potter, and I have 2 Harry Potter canvases, so I may do that one. And then another one's going to be animals. And so I have 2 or 3 of those. I know that I want to do that one, and I have one that will fit perfect. It is of 2 little kittens, and so that will be a lot of fun to do. And it's smaller. It's not huge. It's not really small, but it's not huge either. So I'm not really sure, but I've got so many that I have started. I want to get back to Diana that I showed on my last video last week. I swear I'm spilling drills everywhere. It's just like it is a Friday that just seems like a Monday. I don't know. I've done this all day long. I've always, something all day has just hampered anything that I've tried to do. It's been just, I don't know, one of those days, I guess. Maybe I should just have gone and taken a nap, or gotten up a little bit later, but I had class early this morning, so that wouldn't have worked. And I had a student who came in 15 minutes late, and I was about to leave because there wasn't any other students that were there. And that starts to happen towards the end of the semester. It does it every semester. And then this is a small class anyway. So she came in, and then we started in, and then another student came in. And so we were there for a little while. And then they also had senior day for high school seniors to go and tour the school, get some information if they were interested possibly in going to a community college. And it was really funny because they had no clue where they were going. They had a map, and they were all stopping me in the hall asking me because there wasn't anybody really around. And so it was, you know, it was just funny to see these kids on campus, and, you know, they're getting really excited because, you know, they're either going to be out of high school and they're going to be going into college. And so that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that. And I may even have a student or two in accounting, which is kind of hard. I don't think that they're really particularly ready to take accounting immediately, especially if they're still having to take high school courses. And we have some that start when they're still in high school. But these will start probably taking core classes in the fall. They usually don't start in the summer, although they could. We don't have any plans as a family to go anywhere. I do have a seminar that I have to go to in May, and I am going to take my husband, and so we are going to just make a long weekend out of it. So that will be fun. We haven't been anywhere by ourselves in a long time. My youngest daughter is going to stay with her dad, so that will be nice for her because she hasn't done that in a long time either. And so we'll just go, and we have a person staying at our house that's going to be keeping our fur babies, and that will be nice as well. Looking forward to just spending some quality time. Just the two of us. Even though I will be in seminars all day, it will be okay because he knows someone there, and he will be doing some things too, so that will be nice for him. And then I'm really looking forward to this seminar, and especially it's going to be in Savannah, Georgia, so it's going to be close to the beach, and there's quite a bit to do in Savannah that we've been told. So that will be nice. And then also getting to speak with other people from around the country that work for two-year school. And that's what this actual seminar is. And then I might be able to diamond paint some while I'm there, take a small diamond painting. But for spring break, I'm going to be working, and then also I'm going to be spending a lot of time diamond painting. I am determined. I want to get some of these finished that I have started, and they're just sitting there. I would really like to focus on those. Focus on this one. I want to get this definitely finished. And if not finished in April, I want to be very close. Even though this one is a Josephine wall, and if you have ever completed a Josephine wall or even started on one, Josephine walls are usually very confetti heavy, and they also have quite a bit of color. And this one is a little different because it's confetti heavy, but nothing like what I'm used to. There is a lot of color blocking in here. So really, once I get started on this, I don't have any distractions, and I am just working on it, I should be able to get quite a bit done. And that's the plan anyway. We're not planning on doing anything for spring break. My daughter will be off for spring break, but we're not planning on, you know, going anywhere, doing anything. And we really haven't gone anywhere since COVID. We just don't feel comfortable. We have to really watch her because she is really prone to allergies. And then the allergies can go into bronchitis or, you know, something worse. And so we're just trying to keep her home, keep her away from people as much as possible. which, that's not easy. But the good thing is that she is just as happy to be at home as she is to be out anywhere. So that is definitely a plus. This pink is really pretty. I am really liking this. I'm trying to see if I want to keep doing this one. There's a couple of other diamond paintings that I've been eyeing, and I am trying to wait a little bit, but I just keep looking at them, and I know pretty soon I'm going to order, but I have found two or three that's from Diamond Painting Deutschland, and that's the one that Diana is also from. And so I really enjoy this company. I enjoy how large the paintings are and all of the colors. You just don't see 250 colors very often in a canvas. So I definitely want to order a couple of those. And I just can't decide which one, or if I need to wait until I finish Diana. Maybe that will be a really good incentive to just start working on that one, get it done, and my incentive will be to buy another one. I don't know how much sense that makes, but I just really enjoy these large canvases. But it's really hard when I see a lot of people who are diamond painting on Instagram and even on YouTube, and they have all these finishes, and then here I am, like, I haven't gotten very many finishes this year. And so I just can't keep comparing myself, or trying to compare what they're doing to what I am doing or what I have done, because that just drives me crazy. Then I start to, question and doubt myself and think, maybe I'm not good enough for this, and maybe, this was just a hopeless dream to be able to diamond paint as many canvases as I've purchased. But I know I'll eventually be able to get it done, and I enjoy diamond painting. I actually just love to diamond paint, so I will be able to spend more time, not right now, but in the future, and especially this summer. Even though I'm teaching, classes are usually slow in the summer, even though the pace is rather fast. Most students, they're taking classes online in the summer, and they really don't have that many questions. So that leaves me with not a whole lot that has to be done in terms of spending, extra time with work. But I definitely can see a trend of how work is going. I'm getting busier now that, I've been full-time almost a year. I'm getting more responsibilities that I am doing, and students are more comfortable with me, and so I do enjoy that. But it still keeps me busy. I also like to read, and I have several books that I have lined up that I want to read this summer. So I need to decide which ones that I really want to read first. And I love mysteries. So if you have any suggestions of mysteries that you like, please let me know. I'm always looking for new suggestions, new books. And I am a member of Book of the Month, and I am very behind on my Book of the Month books, so I want to get those done. And then once I finish them, I do keep some, and then some of the books I will go ahead and donate to the school library, or I'll donate to our local library. But I definitely enjoy reading books. I also like to listen to podcasts. I'm really getting into true crime. I don't know why all of a sudden, but I am getting into that, I guess because I enjoy reading mysteries. So I don't want to say I enjoy true crime, but sometimes it's just absolutely fascinating how some of these people have been caught. And that's kind of what fascinates me, is all of the forensic side. if I were to go back through accounting again, and thank goodness I don't have to, if I had to choose what I would want to do, I would go into forensic accounting, because that is the best of both worlds. If you really enjoy forensics and you want to work in that type of an industry, then you could also have accounting mixed in with it. So that I think would be a lot of fun. These pinks are going to be so pretty when this is done. I don't know how much that you can see at the bottom. I'll definitely have a picture of the update once I'm done. But I am getting closer to my first fairy on here. I can see there are feet. So there should be 2 fairies that are close together. They have a body, just not a head yet. So pretty soon, I think they will have, at least they're going to have some wings. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I have a mermaid that I want to do. And I was so undecided if I wanted to do a mermaid, if I wanted to work on a magical portion of the Mermaids and Magic. But then I decided that I also wanted to be part of the Josephine Wall event, since that was 2 months. And that is why I chose this one. I did not have a mermaid Josephine Wall. I don't know if she even has mermaids. Most of hers are going to be like fairies and fantasy. I'm just not sure about the mermaid part of it. I am working on some small canvases in the evening that I can sit with my family and watch TV and just get some little smaller ones done. So that is at least a finish. Which will be really nice when I can finally do a post review. I don't want to do a post review on some of the smaller ones, not just one. If I have several small ones, then I might go ahead and include those instead of just doing one. If I have 2 or 3, I might go ahead, if it's from the same company, and do a post review on those small ones. And they're also from companies that are not as expensive as some of your top companies, such as Diamond Art Club and Dreamer Designs. And I have not purchased from Dye Moon Shop in a long time. They're out of the Philippines. And when I worked for an international school, we had employees that were from the Philippines. We had an actual office there. And so it was always fun, to talk to them. And they knew a couple of people that worked at Dye Moon Shop. And so they would always want to see, what I purchased. And they would give me hints of, what you should purchase and, who some of the hot artists were. That were really popular in the Philippines. So that was a lot of fun. And I still stay in touch with a couple of the ladies that I had worked with. Not as often as I would like, but it's really hard between my schedule and theirs. And then their days and nights are basically opposite of mine. So that makes it pretty rough. But that's what a lot of Messenger is for, and some of, social media. I can see them on Facebook, see the things that they post. I've been looking at TikTok. I've never done that before, and my daughter was over, and we were talking, and so she was on TikTok, and she wanted me to see it. And I can see how with TikTok, how people can just get engrossed with it. And it's like, you think it's 10 minutes and it's been 2 hours, because the videos are so short, you can just keep going. But, the more longer that you go, it just seems that it just goes fast, the time. So that's definitely, I could see a time sucker there. But that's me with Instagram. I can be on Instagram much longer than I should be. And so I have tried to anyway, to scale back a little bit and not be on it for so long. I actually set a timer just so I would know how long that I'd been on there. And that way I can get more done. I can diamond paint instead of just sit there and watch, others, what they have posted. Even though that is, to me, I like to see what others have done. That's one thing that I really like about YouTube, is that I can see, what others are working on. And that's why I like to do a lot of the events, because even though you're doing basically the same theme, you are doing, different paintings. And it's always fun to see what others have found, where they have purchased from. And I've gotten some really good ideas, and also gotten some really good companies that I want to check out just by seeing what others are doing in some events. And I have purchased a couple more paintings from companies that actually I have never purchased from before. I think my wax, or my mini dots here, is starting to, oops, I did it again. I think I am just pressing down way too hard today. So now I have got pink drills on my canvas. Either that, or I am just having some clumsy fingers today. I dropped a couple of things that I tried to pick up. I don't know what happened there. And now I have a squeaky chair. So hopefully I'm going to have a weekend where I'm not just floundering around and making a big mess. At least I have not knocked all my drills over. I need to knock on wood on that one to make sure that I do not do that. I should probably move them far away, like on the other side of the room, so I don't accidentally hit my canvas or hit the camera and all my drills go flying. It's one of the reasons why I like to have mine in containers with tops. And that way, if they do fall, hopefully the tops will stay on, the containers will remain intact, and I will not have drills everywhere. Which I have done that once before. I thought I'd put a top on one that, of course, was completely full. And what happens? They go everywhere. And it took me forever to pick them up. So hopefully that doesn't happen again, but I'm sure that it will. It's just one of those things as a diamond painter. I really like this scent from Randa's. It smells really good. I think it's Ocean Breeze or something like that. It's, what is this? Sea Breeze. Sea Breeze, Ocean Breeze. Very similar. But it smells so good. And it's not like the overpowering type of smell. It just smells really nice. And I've had it for a while and it still smells really good. So I need to go online and see if she has any more that's out and buy some more. I am still trying to get a Muni Made tray. I have never used one before, and every time that I go on there, she is out. I've heard so many good things about Muni Made trays, but on Wednesdays when her trays drop, I have an online card group that we all meet on Zoom and we make cards for an hour and a half. And by the time that I think about it, it's just too late and all of her trays are gone. So I need to set me a timer, and that way I will be able to get one of Muni Maid's trays. And I love Bella Art Dana Cole's trays. That's the main trays that I have. But I want to try something new as well. Doesn't hurt to have more than one type, for sure. I've ordered a couple more pins. That should be coming in probably early part of next week. Different colors that I didn't have. I don't even know how many pins I have at this point. I thought about getting them out and then just counting them, showing you guys, but the problem is I don't remember where all of these came from, and I'd feel really bad if I said the wrong company. When I first started buying diamond pins, I really didn't keep up with where I was purchasing, and I didn't save anything that would distinguish which pins were which companies. And so now I know to do that, but I just didn't even think about it when I first started and didn't realize that that is very important to know. So I will do that going forward, as well as any trays or anything else that I do purchase. I'm pretty much set though for the summer between everything that I have. I definitely don't need to purchase any more diamond paintings unless there is something that just absolutely wows me that I want. I am waiting for some pre-orders, but I don't know when those are going to come in from different places. I've been waiting a while from Craftily, and I'm not in a hurry. Their canvases are so nice that I don't mind waiting for those, and I have plenty more. If I wanted to start working on one of theirs before the other ones come in, I have 4 or 5 that I have not started on, haven't even unboxed. So I would be able to start on those if I really wanted to. I tend to go with the same companies with diamond painting, and I would like to try some newer companies, or newer to me, not necessarily new companies, but definitely, you know, new to me, and see what else is out there besides the companies I've just been using. Do any of you have any plans for the summer? As I mentioned, we're not really making any plans, and it's hard for us to make plans too with my husband's job. They aren't very busy in the summer, business-wise, but there's so many people that want to take off for vacation, and so he has to make sure that everything is covered. And a lot of times we will just take our time off, like around November, December, or October even. My daughter has a fall break at school, and sometimes we'll take a long weekend for that, and then see if my oldest daughter can get a couple days off from work, and we can all go and do something, maybe a long weekend. We haven't done that in a long time. Just to go somewhere, even go to the beach. We had talked about going somewhere for Christmas, but I like to be home for Christmas. I don't much care to go and be somewhere else. I've always been that way. I prefer to wake up in my own bed and then have, you know, our Christmas, the 4 of us, and it just makes it kind of nice. Just a normal tradition that we have. Just trying to keep very low-key, especially, you know, after all that's been going on. We want to spend as much time as possible because you just never know what's going to happen. So I am working on these number 9s. I didn't realize how much pink was actually in here. Quite a bit of pink is in here, but it's not going to last very long. It's going to be more greens. But I think I have just about finished a lot of the green, which was at the bottom. And I have never run out of drills with Diamond Art Club. And if I do, or if something happens and I need more, then Diamond Art Club's customer service is incredible. But I've never even come close to running out, and I'm already starting to run very low on a dark green that was used quite a bit on the bottom. And I've kind of glanced on the canvas since I'm keeping the cover on. I don't see a lot more of that green that I'm going to run out of. So hopefully I'll have enough to finish, because I really would hate to have to hold off on that particular symbol until I am able to get those from Diamond Art Club. And I may have those in my stash. I keep my spare drills, but I haven't even looked. I'm not sure. I don't have a lot of greens that are in there. So we'll see. I probably should be checking on that soon, just to be on the safe side. I really don't want to wait until I really need it, and then all of a sudden I run out. Because I literally have like less than a handful of that color. So if any of you have done this canvas, if you have run out of any colors, please let me know. I'm just really curious in which ones that you have run out on. I am looking at number 890 on this one. And so far, that's the only one that I'm seeing that I'm very low on. And I keep all of my extra drills that come with a kit that do not fit in my containers. I keep all of those together, and they're labeled, so I know that I don't have them anywhere else. They were all in that one container, and there's just not any more in there of that color. And I know I used a lot of them, but I thought I had more than that. So we'll see on that one. What else has happened this week? Not a whole lot since I had my last WIP N Chat. I told you about my trip, and it was so relaxing. We did go to a winery, to a couple of wineries. The first ones we went to on Thursday night on the way to our cabin was pretty disappointing because they didn't have much of a choice, much of a selection, and what they did have was very sweet wine, and I just don't care for sweet wine at all. So I didn't buy anything there. And then Saturday, the weather, it was just rainy and nasty, and we just stayed in and we made cards all day. And so that was just a nice, relaxing time. I actually slept late both Friday and Saturday, which I never, ever do. And I went to sleep immediately, which I never, ever do. So that was kind of nice. And it was just the mountain air, and it was very quiet there and just very relaxing. And then on Saturday, it was Friday that that we had bad weather. And then Saturday, we went to another place that we had gone to before, a winery that was close to the cabin, and we took a little picnic snack. And so that was, you know, fun. It was nice to get out, and the grounds were just beautiful. You could see mountains, you know, everywhere, and there were flowers blooming. And so it definitely reminded me that, you know, spring is near. So I'm looking forward to when everything blooms, although my allergies do not like a lot of the blooming plants and pollen. Pollen is horrible here. And both myself and my daughter, both my daughters are allergic to pollen, and so during pollen season, we're just miserable. Although so far it's been okay, but it really hasn't hit yet. So right now I can sit outside, but then later on I'm gonna have to really start pumping in the allergy meds or an inhaler. But that was really all that happened with our trip. That was the main thing. And then we had a couple of things going on. Not much really with my daughter. She didn't have much going on either. It was just a busy week, but we were pretty much all at home being busy. And then trying to go online at night looking for a car or a car dealership that we haven't hit on before. But other than that, I mean, it was our dog's birthday. She turned 12. And she is still very active, especially for being 12, a small dog. And she has had some back issues since she was young. But I think that our puppy, the collie, keeps her very active. And that's really good for her. So she's not like a dog that is a senior dog and that just doesn't want to do anything and just wants to sleep. She does sleep quite a bit, but she's playing more now than she has played when she was a puppy. So we're excited that she's still in really good health, even though she is now a senior dog. So do you have any pets? I may have asked this before in another WIP N Chat, but we just love pets here. Even my husband, who really wasn't a pet person, now he's like all about our fur babies, but especially on the cat. He just absolutely is crazy about our cat. And I think she's crazy about him as well. I need to get my straightener out and straighten some of these up. Let's see. These are looking so good. You can't really tell what this is yet, but I really like down at the bottom. This is where you can see the fairy's little feet. And then it looks like the wings are starting to shape up. There's another foot over here and some butterflies. That's way on the other side. And this is where all the greenery is at the bottom, but these colors are just beautiful together. And I love Diamond Art Club anyway. They can take a rendering and it just is amazing when they're done. I mean, it just absolutely amazes me how they can do all of this. And then it turns out so nice. So I'm working on some ABs, and these are clear. They have a little bit of pink that is at the top. But for a canvas this large, I have not had any issues. I have just, so far, just a very, very small amount of trash. And that's it. There hasn't been hardly anything that I haven't been able to use. And for a large canvas of this magnitude, you would think that I would have already had more by now, although it hadn't even gotten to the halfway point yet. But there's just not that much trash. And I'm hoping that I do have some of these left over, especially the ABs, because I'm starting to run low on a couple of my clear ones, and I think that is the same color as this one. I need to order some more, and I usually order from DP with sparklers, and that's Tmall or Tina. Those are very nice. Her customer service is wonderful, and then they come in very quickly. Does not take long at all for her to ship. And I always like that because I wait until the last minute when I'm looking at a canvas, and instead of looking at a canvas before I get started and thinking this will be a really good idea to add some ABs to this, then I wait until after I've gotten started. Then I'm going to need them fairly quickly. I should just look at the canvas and decide before I even get started of where I'd like to have any additional ABs or special drills. And I really need a better habit of doing that. But it never seems to work out. I just am so excited to start a new canvas, and then once I do, it seems that that's when I decide that what will look really good with what I'm working on. Let's see, I'm trying to figure out where I want to put these. This has been a really fast week. I haven't gotten much done around my house that I really wanted to, which means I'll have to do it over the weekends. And that usually happens quite a bit. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else that I wanted to tell you. As if there was something that I was going to mention, diamond painting related, and I don't remember what it was. Of course, I will remember as soon as I am finished recording. Then it will hit me and I will remember. Hopefully, by the time that I am ready for another WIP N Chat next week, I'm going to do my WIP N Chats on Fridays and post those to YouTube on Saturday. I will have a much larger dent in this because I really do want to spend as much time as possible this weekend, especially probably on Sunday, working on this canvas. I would at least like to say that I have gotten half of this done in a month, and then I can finish the other half in April and not take longer than 2 months to complete a canvas. But that's nothing unusual. Sometimes it takes me much longer than that. And especially if they're squares. And I'm still not sure if I prefer round or square. I think I prefer square, although squares do take much longer to finish, at least for me, because I want to make sure they're good and straight. Then I have to get my straightener after them. Once I finish the section, then I have a straightener, and I will go through, I will straighten all of the rows that I did before I get to another section. I've actually made the sections in this canvas larger than what I normally do. And that was because I wanted to complete a section every week. And if I did a large section every week, then I could have possibly finished this by the end of March. But I was just being very aggressive on that. I should have known that I would not have gotten it completed. And so I'll probably go and change some of these sections in order to make them smaller and more manageable, because this one right here is just so large. I feel like I'm all over the place, and that also slows me down than to stay in one section, one small section at a time. So I'm trying to get all the colors in the one section before I go to another color. But because this is so large, it's just not working very well. I do have my sections separated by using simply gilded washi tape. And I have a lot of washi tape as a prior scrapbooker, as well as me making cards. But the washi tape that I have found that I like the best for diamond painting is simply gilded. It just seems to stick better, it stays longer, and it is more expensive, but to me, it is definitely worth it. And especially if I decide to keep doing it this way and not use the release paper. And I do enjoy the release paper. I always go back to it, but I'm trying to get to where I am just using this clear opaque plastic that comes with it, with all the poured glue kits. And that's what I mostly buy, is poured glue. I don't know. Do you prefer poured glue? And do you also prefer to use the release paper, or do you prefer to just separate it by washi, or just not even separate it, do whatever portion that you want and then just cut that off? I'm always trying different things just to see what I like the best, and I still think I prefer my release paper. I am trying really hard to like doing it this way. I like that I can see what's coming up, but then sometimes that is a bad thing for me, because then I want to go ahead and open up that particular section so I can go ahead and keep working on a particular color. And then that makes kind of an issue, because then I have a bigger section open. And I definitely am better off using smaller sections than larger sections. I can tell that from Diana. I think there may be a little bit of plastic over there. Doesn't want to stick. Okay, I've gotten quite a bit done. I'm rather pleased, even though I'm all over the place, as you can tell. But I am really enjoying this canvas. This is one of the more fun ones that I've done, especially with Josephine Wall. I love doing these. She is one of my favorite artists, but sometimes the confetti is just crazy. But this one it's just gorgeous, and I cannot wait to get another section done to see what it's going to look like. I hope that you were able to get something accomplished if you wanted to. And if you like my channel, I would really, really appreciate if you would hit that like button, and then also subscribe to my channel. The more subscribers that I have, the better my chances are for YouTube to get my videos out there for others to see. And also, if you would like to comment, I will definitely respond to all of your comments. And I do appreciate those that have already subscribed. I appreciate you very, very much. And then I have had over 500 views, and that is really good for just 10 small videos. And so I'm thankful for that as well. Have a great weekend, everybody, and I'll see you next time.